Hmm, kita punya pemain bentar bos, bentar. Aku Oke bos, aku punya pemain baru nih, Fabio Cannavaro bos. Kita baru dapat gacha kemarin dah, kita baru dapat spinnya bos. Kita coba main di Devisi dulu bos. Devisi dulu bos. Kalau agak ribut bos, itu suara kipas angin bos. Kalau agak ribut bos, itu suara kipas angin. Sini kita pakai Fabio Cannavaro, dengan pelatihnya itu pakai Fabio Capello bos. Coba ganti pas pakai Fabio Cannavaro, dengan pelatihnya itu pakai Fabio Capello. Coba ganti pakai Roberto Martinez. Naik nggak gaya bermain, gaya main tim, serangan balik cepat, sama aja bos. Tapi aku di sini lebih suka pakai Fabio Capello. Sama aja bos. Ntar dulu bos. Nah, ini untuk pemain umpannya kita pakai ya bos. Sayang itu nggak dipakai. Owen lah. Kita ganti Ricard sama Tonali bos. Ronaldo nih bagusnya babak kedua nih bos. Kita pakai Batistuta jalan yang biasa sering aku gunakan bos. Kita jarang nge-push bos, makanya peringkatnya nih jarang naik ya, atau jarang naik lah gitu. Langsung saja. Halo bos, makasih. Ini kita sama-sama belajar nih bos. Kita nih cuman hobi main PES. Dulu kan PES namanya bos, sekarang udah ganti Efootball. Kamera tertutup jari juga Efootball. Bos itu yang mantan bos apa tuh? Halo bos. Sudah besar kan? Nampak ya bos wajahnya. aktifkan aja guys. Fitur kamera bos dan enaknya. Oke, lama-lama langsung aja guys. Musik nih kurang bos, musik. Makasih buat bosku yang nonton nih, ada 3 orang nih.
Hello everyone and welcome to... Oh, what a sight this is. The colour, the artery. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. And the mood is voiced. Perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. We're up and running then. It does seem to be a 4-3-3, Jim.
Yeah, Peter, you can look at this formation 1 minute and think that it is 4-3-3, and the next time you check it'll be 4-5-1, and it's all to do with whether you've got the ball or not, and the wider attacking players being asked to apply defensive discipline too. When it does turn to a...
Batistuta! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Batistuta really must be thinking what he has to do to score there. Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Kita kalau sekarang sudut lebih susah lagi nih bos. Manjul orangnya. Salah bos. Sorry.
And now they can spring out of defence. This is Batistuta. He's had it taken off him. Can he get on the end of this? Probing pass. That has not gone well.
When you think great defenders, you've got to think Cannavaro. Yeah, well, they don't come much better or bigger in stature. His qualities are obvious, but his winning mentality and cool temperament are all part of a first-class package. It's everything you want.
He's shifting through the gears here. That's very neat. There's the delivery.
Well, they were never going to allow him to receive that. Such close attention.
Tries a shot! Oh, glorious! That's in goal! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. A momentary lapse, mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Well, let that be a lesson to them, Peter. They have to stay focused at all times. Any lapse in concentration, voila.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt.
Goes for a shot! It's in! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. A mere formality, nigh on a certainty. He is truly in the zone.
Well, was there ever any doubt? It made it look like he's done it over and over and over again, and he has.
So that's 2 now without reply.
I think there's been a great tremendous to everything they've been doing during this spell, one that they hope will continue.
Now, can they get him away? Now, this could be a chance. He has found the way through. Oh, the touch is just too thick. Could really have done without that.
Did he that because it had a decent chance of progressing?
Kante picks it up from the goal kick. He won't be happy with that one.
Xavi Alonso.
Well timed, excellent interception. Albert Ferrer. Batistuta. And he was quick to react. Distributed tidily. Threads one in. And it's Xavi Alonso. No, not quite on the same wavelength. Maldini. That's the end of the first 45.
Kalah bos, kalah.
opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
The boss is going to be disappointed with the way his team just switched off for those 2 goals. They'll have to take some risks now to try and get back in this game. And it's easier said than done, as we know.
Well, that just about sorts out the first 45 minutes, and we'll be back with the second very soon. The second period is underway.
Well, I think they have to be positive despite the scoreline. The one thing they don't want to do, Peter, is give away an early goal. But they can't afford to get too cagey either. So attack with real devilment, go for that goal and see if they can unsettle them.
And that's another good win of the ball. Shevchenko. Xavi Alonso. Kaka. Now it's Batistuta. Tries to pass it through, and he's at the... Owen! Michael Owen! Screamer! He's got himself an absolute peach. It is an explosive start to the second half.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious, Peter, that this emphasises the importance of having winning runners who want to go behind that defence.
Batistuta! Good try, very good try in fact.
Well, it was a confident attempt, and he made it look like a doddle the way he generated that power. First and Tanggung are still behind, but they've increased their level of interest here.
Alonso. Oh, what has happened here?
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
This is a really front-footed approach.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
And here's Batistuta. Oh, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. And that is well cleared. Cannavaro is pretty much the definition of the word uncompromising. Oh, shooting chance! And he's really put himself on the line here.
Substitution on the field. Number 13, Andrei Shevchenko. Is number 20.
It's their second corner of the game.
Luis Suarez.
Xavi Alonso goes short. Great chance! Oh, that is really good tenacity. Tanggung have their third corner. Xavi Alonso with the short one. And now a sudden chance to counter. Lovely pass, but can he get there?
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Yeah. Now it's Owen. A mixture of good defending and indecisive passing. No progress. That's a shade optimistic. That pass is somewhat less than ideal.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Nicely shaped ball. Right to Batistuta. He's picked his way through. That is a little undercooked. Can he get it through?
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
Substitution on the field. Number 9, Gabriel
Two
Batistuta.
coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time.
Number 7,
Jorginho
Devisi.
is the team's great visionary. Lovely pass, but can he get there?
There will be 3 minutes at a time.
And the number on the board is 3. Great vision. And he's quick to get rid. Ball is over the line. And that is it. A real high-octane conclusion. Well, this was a game they could so easily have won on another day, but alas, that wasn't to be, and they go down by the odd goal.
So there it is. What struck you most about that? Well, Peter, this was probably more slugfest than a game of football, but I actually found it very enjoyable. A game that was constantly on the edge as both sides went full pelt. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. There's the whistle. I think it's only right for me to respectfully acknowledge Fabio Cannavaro as being a little giant.
Yeah, not the tallest of centre-halves, but amongst the most commanding.
Yeah, and whatever he lacks in height, he makes up for in other areas. Anticipation, timing and tactical intelligence, they're all top class. He's going to be disappointed with that. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look. Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it. Maldini. Xabi Alonso scooting forward. Gerrard. And it's Luis Suarez. Tries from a long way out. Now, who's going to be first to this? Gerrard delivers. Cleared away. It's Roll! Oh, he's given that plenty, but no. Yeah, it's good movement, though. And we steer it goalwards. Tanggung so far providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. Timber. Played into space. And he's just misjudged that one. Timber. That is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Owen. That is expertly dealt with. This is the time you need that pace. Duke always looking for that half a chance. It's Timber. Searching pass he's played there. Another moment of magic, a real wow moment. Yes, it's top marks for that finish. I honestly thought his odds weren't that good. So the first goal of the game. Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
That has been cut short. Howson. And it's Kaka. Now it's Luis Suarez. Juve. So no finish!
Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stops. It's very good running that. You're always going to have chances with that kind of movement.
That's a good ball. Chance for a shot!
What a cracking save from the keeper. That may turn out to be a pivotal moment.
There will be 1 minute at a
Timber.
time.
And for the first half, that is that. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. Sim Bendel unable to get back onto level terms before half. They trail 1-0.
Well, for me, Peter, things have never really got going, but at least this will be a good time to reflect and regroup is coming, because whatever they've been doing, it just hasn't gelled.
So that was the first half, and we will be back with the second half shortly. If you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here.
First Bandung really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
And it's lofted through here. Akanji tries to clear. And the shot!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Ups for safety. Albert Ferrer. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
That was probably asking just too much.
You can never be too safe with someone around. They got away with that.
So, Jim, what are you thinking?
We've not seen much from this team as a whole, Peter. Okay, that's largely due to the way their opponents have approached it, but they can up their game considerably, and I mean considerably.
Scholes, never out of the action for very long. Juve. Now it's Gerrard. Sim Bendel needed that. They really needed it.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
Well, the chip pass hasn't quite come off, and he can thump it away. And they can counter here. Batistuta. Vieira. Look at the space here.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Xavi Alonso. Here's Vieira. That's very disappointing, it has to be said.
First Bandung really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
Tries one from range.
Jelas nih bos, jaringannya bos. Nampak tuh.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to...
Well, football is, of course, ultra... But for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. We are just getting started.
When you think great defenders, you've got to think Cannavaro. Yeah, well, they don't come much better or bigger in stature. His qualities are obvious, but his winning mentality and cool temperament are all part of a first-class package.
It's everything you want.
Cannavaro gets it away.
And the whistler's gone for a reckless challenge there. Well, that looks like a final warning. Still no card.
Some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through.
This is Batistuta. Big chance, corner.
All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
Been taken short. And it's Maldini. He's having a hit! And that is wildly off target.
It's certainly a bold attempt, and there's nothing wrong with that. Shame he didn't work the keeper a bit more, though.
Ronaldinho. Looking for a runner. And that should get the job done. And he's quick to snatch it back. Neither side yet able to find the net. Xavi Alonso. Now it's Luis Suarez. Threads one in. No, that was never going to make it. Yeah. And it's Kaká. Now it's Batistuta. Batistuta proves just a little bit too strong. Quality ball. Pirlo on the through ball. Rijkaard.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Kaká. He's gone forward. Now it's Ronaldinho. And here's Mbappe. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Gets himself into trouble and he's lost it. And it's Xavi Alonso. Now he's got space here. That's good vision. And that is well cleared. And that's a throw-in. Nicely done. It's gone for a throw-in. He has a look out. Rijkaard is the team's great visionary. Rijkaard.
There will be 1 minute at a time.
Ronaldinho. He's found the way through. Oh, that's a key interception. And the referee has signalled for half-time. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. So your views on the first half?
Well, I wouldn't say it was the most potent performance, Peter, but defensively, very composed. The scoreline might still be 0-0, but I'm expecting things to open up a bit more in the second half.
So we are still where we were at the beginning, at the break. So right back into the action.
Versus Van Dum are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his half-time team talk.
Vicious ball here. And it's hoisted clear. That's really well cleared. Yeah. Played out wide. It's Albert Ferrer. No, he's just misjudged that one. The referee has given a corner. It's their second game. Xavi Alonso plays it short. And it's Kaka. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Wow, look who's involved.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
A decent chance! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Batistuta actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.